Children, is this the JE batch? Listen, I don't know what was that and all. Like, please. Suhas, you're from which class? Okay, as in like, okay, JE and NEET batch, okay. Okay, listen, children, there are certain instructions that I need to give you. Okay, so what you need to understand is like from next time onwards, you cannot log in like this. Okay, so you will be given some roll number. Very soon we will try to send it to you, and you can roll number with the roll number only you can log in. Okay, so say for example, if your roll number is like if it is 23, and say you are from KNMS, you will write KNMS, and then like maybe if your name is Shiva, you will say Shiva. If your roll number is like kind of 48 and you are from Vagisha, you will write VG, and maybe you will write Kumar. So this format only you will be like kind of logging in. Henceforth, like we will not permit people to log in with their own names, as in like without the roll number and this format. In case if we are seeing any kind of discrepancies there, like we'll try to remove them immediately. Because like we are finding some new people, unwanted people are attending this session and then creating some trouble. So and then like creating fancy names and all that's also there, which we don't want to happen. Okay, so you will be having a unique login number with your name, with your school name and with your name. Okay, so we, in case if there is any problem in this particular naming pattern, and if we are finding that you're not complying, we'll remove you. That's all. Okay, so just to ensure safety of the class, and then like to ensure that everyone who are attending, we know you exactly personally who we are, who you are, to improve that particular thing, like we are going to come up with such a thing. Okay, so please cooperate, and then like please don't trip about it, like when we are going to remove you. We will try to reach out to you, don't worry about it. We are just working on it. Hopefully in a couple of days you should be like logging in with such a thing. Okay, so as of now please understand that you will be like kind of like going ahead with that thing. Okay, so where did we stop the last class? Okay, we have completed plastics then. So now after plastics, we will move on to the next thing. Ribosomes. Yeah, only thing is there. This is a biology class. We will not be doing leucoplast or chromoplast. It is only chloroplast that we study in detail. After which, now I am going to the next cell organelle, which is ribosomes. Ribosomes are small organelles found in cell. Children, we have already missed some considerable time, 20 minutes. So now please focus on it. We just have 40 minutes. You resort all your questions later. You will be communicated properly about it. So now you listen to the class and then like just do whatever you are asked to do now. Stop asking unwanted questions and then like you will be instructed. That's all. People will tell you what to do. Okay, instructions will be given. So you please listen to the class now. And please don't spoil my mood on a Monday morning. Okay, so now we are going to study about ribosomes. So ribosomes are small organelles that are found in cell. They are not okay. Ribosome has two units. And a smaller subunit. Okay, so you'll have two subunits, the larger and the smaller subunit. They are scattered throughout the cell. In cytoplasm. Endoplasmic reticulum. What is the meaning of functional? When they produce proteins. Take down this. So if you are seeing this thing, you will be able, if this is the cell which is going to be there, this ribosomes will all be scattered, okay, in the cytoplasm. They will not be covered with membrane and all. It will have two units. One is the larger subunit and the other one is a smaller subunit. These two things will be attached. So that is what is the meaning of this point. So they are scattered in cytoplasm. So throughout the cytoplasm, they are scattered. Whenever they get functional, normally they will be like this way. Okay. But whenever there is this, say for example, they want to get functional, when they want to produce the protein, then what will happen? They will come and attach with the endoplasmic reticulum. So which means the functional actively working ribosome will be attached with the endoplasmic reticulum with the mRNA. So whenever they are going to produce proteins, it will be there. Normally, if this is the cell, they will be like kind of, this will be separate and this will be separate. Whenever they get functional, no, they become functional in the sense like when they get work. When they are getting work, what will happen is they will come to the endoplasmic reticulum and then they will be like kind of associated with the mRNA and they will start producing protein. They become functional means that is what it is. Okay, it is like kind of this thing, mixie jar. Think about it. Your jar is separate, your mixie is separate. Okay, when you want to like kind of like grind something, then what you try to do? You put the mixie jar in the mixie and then like you switch it on and then make it functional. Once you are like done with your work, you remove it off and then like you keep it separately. In the same way, the larger subunit and the smaller subunit will not be attached always. They will be like kind of like non-functional. When they are getting into the work, what they will try to do is they'll try to attach with themselves and then they become functional. Are we able to understand? So the larger subunit it is dome shaped. Everything will be in the cytoplasm only. The larger subunit, smaller subunit, everything will be in cytoplasm. The whole ribosome is 80S in eukaryotic cell. Okay, so please write a note here. The size of the ribosome is determined by the speed with which they sediment in a centrifugal field. Swedberg unit to measure the sedimentation speed. Hey, are you guys able to see? I was logged off and then like I came back in. You're able to see the screen? Kindly refresh. No, I'm able to see the people responding. I was logged off and then I came back in. So please refresh. Okay, good. Can we proceed further? As ribosomal RNA. RNAs of three types. We'll study about it later. Okay. So we have three RNAs, three types of RNA. Ribosomes are made up of rRNA. Then it is also made up of proteins, which we call it as riboproteins, and it is also made up of lipids. Okay, someone is asking me for third slide, so let me show it. People, once you are done with the third slide, please let me know so that I can move on. Vignesh, Sudarshan and all, please once done, please do it. Tell me. Can we move on to the fourth slide? Okay, so ribosomes are made up of rRNA, proteins, lipids, and metal ions. Both the subunits normally and unite together, then they produce proteins. Okay, and the functions, protein synthesis. Okay, someone is asking me what is centrifugal field. So say for example, if you are going to rotate something, okay, in a circular manner, it will be like rotating in this way. So at that time, what will happen is like it will be like kind of rotating like this. So that is called as a centrifugal field. Let me see if you are having. This is a centrifugal machine where you are putting some kind of things and then like you will rotate it. So mm, so you see, this is how your centrifugal thing will be there. If you are rotating something, what will happen is you will be able to see such a thing, such a movement. You will be looking at like a tornado. Okay, this is like kind of like you have seen this kind of thing. So it will be like you imagine like you just take a small amount of you put some soap inside water and then you rotate it and you see how it will be like rotating. You'll be able to feel the centrifugal field. Yeah, this machine is used to separate different substances from cells. You understand, no? The process of taking butter from curd is also done with centrifugation only. You call it as churning. How do you remove butter from curd? You do centrifugation. Okay, are we guys done? Yes, Devadarshan, you're correct. Third slide. Fourth slide. Moving on further, the next thing is we are going to study about cytoskeleton. Cytoskeleton will have two things: microbial filaments and microtubules. Is made up of a complex network of fibrous structures these structures help in providing shape and maintaining shape. Ritvik, are you there with me or are you playing PUBG today? Are you guys done? Okay, so if you see here inside the cell, there will be lots of small filaments kind of thing. or we call it as microtubules. Like shape. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to provide shape and maintain shape, and they are also associated with movements. So whenever an amoeba is moving, pseudopodia is moving. So which means along with the pseudopodia, these microtubules will be helping to move. Okay. So these are not found in like all the cells. Okay, but they are found in majority of the cells in the form of microtubules. Okay, microtubules and all will play a role in cell division and all. Filaments are also there. So we will be studying about them now. Okay. So what are microfilaments? I made a mistake. They are scattered in the cytoplasm or organized into a network. Under plasma membrane. They are made up of a protein called as actin. Okay. Role. What is the role of these microfilaments? Movement of cell, endocytosis or exocytosis, okay. Microfilaments are the filaments which are made. Okay, so if you're seeing, you will have these filaments which are there. making it. They'll be like long thread-like structures. So we call them as protein filaments. What So these are all protein filaments made up of some types of microfilaments will be seen scattered. Some type of filaments are organized as a row under the plasma membrane. So plasma membrane, there is a network under the plasma membrane, and then that will be like sort of organized. Okay. So they are all proteins which are found in a thing. I mean, like you have this makes this particular microfilaments. And then you please understand that what is the role that they, it is not a sublayer, it is like kind of organized in Are you guys able to see the screen? Yes, network problem. Tarun Kumar, please refresh it. Ritvik, are you there? Okay, so then you also have something called as endocytosis and exocytosis. Not Blossom Ritik, KNMS Ritik. So you have, okay, children, listen here. So you know about what is endocytosis or exocytosis? So this endocytosis and exocytosis is also a role of this filaments. Endocytosis means a cell is trying to take something inside, that is called as endocytosis. If a cell is trying to push something outside, that is called as exocytosis. So those things are also taking something inside, we call it as endocytosis. When the cell is trying to push something out, we call it exocytosis. That is also a role of this microfilament. So then you have muscle contraction. Now I am trying to move my hands and all those things. How is that possible? Because my muscles are contracting. So precisely if you are microfilaments which are there inside the cell, microfilament is over. The next one, microtubules. Okay, so the next one is microtubule. The next one is microtubules. They are cylindrical tube-like structures. They are unbranched. They are made up of a globular protein called as tubulin. Each microtubule is made up of 13 subunits arranged side by side. Guys, you please take this. We'll continue this thing tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, children. I'm just showing the slides quickly. Take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Okay.